Hi, I'm Kunal. I'm 15 years old and I'm in class 10.
Hi, I'm Arnav. I'm 12 years old and I'm in class 7.
Intrigued by the mysteries of the moon, the Earth's only natural satellite. Since 1959, there have been 18 missions to the moon, some manned and the others unmanned.
There have been missions which have attempted to land on moon. Some were successful, some crashed. 12 humans have touched down on the surface of the moon.
Some of the missions have orbited the moon to gather priceless information that will help us take steps forward in the unveiling of the secrets of the moon.
The last manned mission was in 1972. I'm sure there are a lot of artifacts which have been left behind the mission all these years. I'm so excited that the GLXP team will find many of those. I hope the footprints of the humans that landed on the moon are still clearly visible. Not only the boots, they also left a 2-foot wide panel studded with 100 mirrors used as a retroreflector array. It was used to measure the distance between the moon and the earth.
Not just the boot-shaped depression in the grey moon dust. Neil Armstrong left behind his boots also. I wish I could wear those boots and moonwalk. The US flag was left behind by the two astronauts along with the Apollo module descent stage and also some empty food bags.
But what if the GLXP teams landed on the darker side which won't get sunlight for the next 7 days?
They couldn't have explored further if they landed on a lunar night. The rover would not get solar energy and eventually cannot rove on the lunar surface with the pre-charged batteries, since one lunar night lasts for 14 Earth days.
I heard that just like there are earthquakes on Earth, there are moonquakes on the lunar surface as well. So how do we detect that those moonquakes that take place on the lunar surface?
There are passive seismic experiments to detect the moonquakes and study the geology of the moon. One of the PSCs was left by the Apollo 15 mission.
Do you know about the hammer and the feather dog by Davis Scott at the end of the Apollo 15 moonwalk? They are one of the weirdest artifacts that could ever have been left on the surface of the moon.
Also, the GLXP teams would be able to find the crashed or the unsuccessful rockets which were part of the lunar missions.
What would have happened to these artifacts that we are talking about right now?
It just depends on the conditions present on the lunar surface.
Oh yeah, how should we confirm the presence of the footprints of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin?
Nothing would have happened to the footprints. The main reason behind this is that there is no atmosphere on the moon. Because of this, the lunar sand would not have even moved even a little bit. Both of them were left on the same time on the moon, one being a metal and the other being an organic object. Talking about the feather might have degraded due to the high temperature variations. But the hammer, being made up of metal and that too aluminium, might most probably not be degraded. But according to NASA's guidelines, the GLXP teams can only go near the heritage site up to a distance of 75 meters. So keeping these points in mind, we would be able to know about the current conditions of the artifacts accurately, but we could still arrive at some conclusion based on the media available through the visit of the GLXP teams.